The living room felt suffocating, heavy with a trace of her lavender perfume and something bitter underneath, like sorrow left too long. I stood at the doorway, keys dangling loosely from my fingers. The front door still ajar. On the coffee table, an ultrasound picture stared back at me, its grainy shadows screaming a truth I wasn't prepared to face. Lena sat on the couch, her hands clamped so tightly together her knuckles shone pale. She wouldn't meet my eyes. Next to her was Ethan, my best friend since we were teenagers, his jaw locked, his usual smile gone, replaced by something grim. The silence between us wasn't empty. It was loud, pressing, a silence that already answered every question I hadn't asked. I had left work early that day, worn down by another dead end on the project that had consumed me for months. All I wanted was Lena's arms, her comfort. Instead, I found this, a moment that branded itself into me. My throat closed up as the keys slipped from my hand, clattering against the hardwood like a gun going off. "What's going on?" I asked, my voice unsteady, caught between dread and denial. Lena opened her mouth, but no words came. Ethan glanced at the photo, then at me, then away again. Looking back, the weeks leading to this moment had been unraveling quietly, though I refused to see it. Lena had been distracted, her laughter rarer, her touch fleeting. I had convinced myself it was just her new job, the long hours, the exhaustion. Ethan had grown distant too, canceling our usual meetups with excuses that didn't ring true. I noticed the way his jokes fell flat, the way he couldn't quite look me in the eye anymore. Still, I trusted them both, more than anyone. After all, how do you question a woman who whispers, "I love you" in the dark, with a friend who once carried you half a mile on a broken ankle? "Mark." Lena's voice was a whisper, fragile as glass. "We need to talk." Her green eyes were dull with something I couldn't name, guilt, fear, maybe both. She reached for the ultrasound photo, clutching it as though it could shield her. I never meant for this to happen. My chest constricted. I forced the words out, though part of me already knew. Meant for what? Ethan stood abruptly, running a trembling hand through his hair. "It's mine," he said, blunt and sharp, like a knife twisting in my ribs. "The baby, it's mine." The world spun. My vision tunneled until everything blurred except for Ethan, except for those words echoing over and over. I couldn't look at Lena. Not yet. My best friend, my brother in every way but blood, had betrayed me. And Lena, the woman I loved, had let it happen. The ultrasound burned into my mind, a haunting symbol of a life that wasn't ours. I stumbled back, knocking a wedding photo from the table. The glass split across our smiling faces. "How long?" I choked out. "How long has this been going on?" "It wasn't planned," Lena stammered, standing now, her hands reaching for me before falling back. "It was one night, Mark, after the gallery opening. I was upset. I drank too much. Ethan was there and—" "Stop." I snapped. The walls felt like they were closing in, the smell of rain drifting through the window like some cruel reminder of the storm inside me. "You don't get to explain this away." I turned to Ethan, my chest full of rage and grief all tangled together. "You stood beside me at our wedding. You toasted us. And this is what you do." His expression broke, eyes shining. "I'm sorry, Mark. I swear I never meant to hurt you. It just happened." His voice was hollow, rehearsed, as if he'd been preparing to say for weeks. I wanted to hit him, to make him feel even a fraction of what I felt. But I couldn't move. My arms hung useless at my sides. The days that followed blurred into shadows. Lena moved into the guest room. Her absence echoed everywhere. In the bathroom sink where her toothbrush used to be, in the untouched mug she always favored. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Every quiet second was filled with replaying the signs I had ignored. The late nights, the secretive phone calls, the way Ethan had started to laugh differently. I tried to speak to them separately. Lena cried, saying she felt invisible, that I was always buried in work. Her words stabbed me, but they also forced me to wonder if I had pushed her away without realizing it. Ethan was harder to face. When I cornered him at his apartment, he looked like a man falling apart. "I love her," he whispered. "I didn't mean to, but I do." His confession was another wound, but worse was the fear I saw in his eyes. He wasn't just guilty, he wanted her. The truth came fully undone when I borrowed Lena's phone one night. A message from Ethan appeared. We need to tell him everything. It's not just a baby. My hand shook as I scrolled through months of messages, intimate, reckless, filled with plans that didn't include me. It hadn't been one mistake. It was a choice, repeated again and again. I confronted them both together. The ultrasound crumpled in my hand. You lied, I said coldly. This wasn't one night. This was your life behind my back. Neither spoke. Neither denied it. Their silence was enough. Then Ethan's voice hardened. We're leaving. We're starting over somewhere else. Lena nodded weakly. They had already decided without me. 2 weeks later, the call came at 3 a.m. The hospital. A car accident. They'd been heading north with their suitcases packed when a truck veered into their lane. There were no survivors. Lena was gone. Ethan was gone. The baby, too. I sat in the waiting room under harsh fluorescent lights, the antiseptic smell stinging my nose, my mind spiraling through everything. Her laughter, his grin, the photo of a child that would never be born. Betrayal and grief twisted together inside me until they were indistinguishable. They had betrayed me, but the price they paid was something I wouldn't wish on anyone. Now the ultrasound photo sits on my desk, a reminder not just of them, but of the version of myself who trusted so completely. I don't know if forgiveness will ever come, or if it even should. Some wounds never close. They remain, whispering in the silence, asking questions no one can answer.